Hi there, everybody. Welcome to the Bruce Starr Show. I really enjoy doing these wonderful Facebook videos, especially when I have such special guests. And the lady sitting next to me is someone I've known for well over 20 years. You've gone wherever we've gone. You haven't been to Honduras, though. You didn't come to Honduras to visit us, but you've been to LA and we've been to Atlanta. We've seen you just about everywhere where you're speaking and writing and appearing. Tricia McCannon is an internationally known author. Her brand new book has just come out. It is so exciting. This is the hottest looking book that I've seen in a long time. Not only is the book cover hot, but inside, goodness gracious, inside there are some beautiful diagrams that just blows away the imagination. And so we'll talk more about this. I mean, just really just beautiful, beautiful stuff.
These illustrations are really gorgeous, and I think they really, they took me a couple of years to actually find. We've got some incredible William Blakes, but we have some from more contemporary artists as well, talking about the journey of the soul, really through time, where we all come from, the landscapes of heaven, and where we go back to. And as with a lot of my books, I have over 80 black and white illustrations in them, but my wonderful publisher, Inner Traditions, I love them. They gave me 16 color images in a beautiful color folio. So, you know, anybody who knows my work knows I'm like a color hog. I mean, I am all about the images, you know, in my PowerPoint presentations and my living presentations in conferences. And so I really worked hard to deliver that to you guys as the readers out there.
So two things I want to ask. What was the initiation behind writing this book? You've written so many incredible books, and my God, they're so impactful, and people from all over the world are reading them. What made you write this book? And yesterday we talked about overwriting and underwriting. I'm an underwriter, and you helped me with that very beautifully. And your books are so jam-packed with facts and explorations and things that you just can't deny. So how did you write The Angelic Origins of the Soul? Why did you write it?
Well, you know, I have 3 earlier books, The Dialogues with the Angels book, the Jesus and the 30 Lost Years, and the Secret Schools of Initiation. That was my very first book, and this was actually, we've come up with a new edition that's about 75 more pages that Bruce hasn't even gotten to see yet.
Wow.
Yeah, I brought that for you, actually.
Yes, great.
And then the Jesus and the Secret Schools, and then the Sophia, the Return of the Divine Sophia, Healing the Earth Through the Lost Wisdom Teachings of Jesus, Isis, and Mary Magdalene. And so then this one is just brand new. It's just hot off the press. So whenever I write a book, I think what happens is that there's like a welling up of this energy that just the idea of the book will not let me alone. I'm thinking about it, waking and sleeping. And I don't know if you guys have ever been like that, but it's just like my spirit or the spirit is pushing me to do that book. And so, you know, I'm a clairvoyant. I've read for over 6,000 people around the world. And I found all these incredible things out about the soul. And, you know, in the beginning, 30-something years ago, when I first began to do readings, I was only going back 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 years in our soul history.
Only 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000.
And then I made this leap to where I was going, you know, 50, 100,000, 200,000 years back into our soul history. And I would sometimes see my clients actually coming from other planetary systems, believe it or not. And I thought, oh my gosh, well, where was the soul before that? And so I began to pull the thread and eventually go up to, let us say, the higher levels where we all come from these angelic kingdoms. And I began to really ask those deeper questions about who are we as a soul? How do we get down here? Where do we start out? How come we seem to have amnesia? I mean, that part drives us all crazy, doesn't it? And that's really how this book came to be written. So it's there's 4 sections to the book. The first section is what is the soul and what do all the different religions and spiritual paths have to say about it. And surprisingly, they actually really agree about all these things when you go into the deeper wisdom of all of them, from Jewish, you know, Persian, Native American, Christian, Hindu, and they talk about the laws that govern the soul. So the first section is only like 3 chapters, but it really kind of honors and encapsulates that divine wisdom. The second section is on the landscapes of heaven, where we come from, where we're going to, and all these people who've had near-death experiences that want to share them, where you actually get to find out about the crystal cities and the principles that operate in those higher realms. And of course, if we've reincarnated, we've all come from those worlds. So even though we have amnesia, we can't remember, once you go, you don't really want to come back because it's really pretty awesome. The third section is really all about how we come out of the 9 angelic orders and how that each person is unique. We all start off from different orders, and the qualities or gifts or affinities of that order are woven into the matrix of our very being. And if you want to know sort of how to be happy, it's really insightful to kind of understand where you've come from. And then the question becomes, well, geez, if we came out of these angelic orders, how come we're so asleep at the wheel now? How come we got so turned around and messed up, and we seem so disconnected? So I really take on those deep questions about Adi karma, which is first karma, and how it's kind of an illusionary veil that's pulled over us to cause us to feel like that we are unloved, or we're betrayed, or we've been abandoned, or we're alone down here. And of course that's not true. Of course it's not. But the mind can know it. But a lot of times our heart buys into this "I'm unworthy" program. Mm-hmm. And so how the ego then keeps us in this loop, playing this game, and how we can break out of it.
Well, this lady is an internationally known author and speaker. I mean, it's an honor to be here with you. I mean, we're friends first, and then I have to say to myself, oh my God, you're like one of the most accomplished writers and authors in the world about this subject matter. And then to come out with a book like this, on top of all the work that you've already done. Mention a couple of the other titles once again.
Yeah, Jesus, the explosive story of the 30 lost years of ancient mystery religions. That's a big mouthful, but you can just put Tricia McCannon Jesus, and it'll come up on my site or Amazon or at your bookstore. And then the Return of the Divine Sophia. In the fourth section of this new book, I actually get into the course curriculum of the soul, which is really about the proper mastery of love and power. As we can notice, if we love ourselves but we don't love everybody else, we haven't gotten it. And if we love everybody else but we don't love ourselves, we haven't gotten it. And of course, love is one of his favorite subjects. This is his big, heart space. And so, it's a really great book. And I actually have samples of a lot of soul readings that I've done in the back so that you can begin to think about what your own matrix is. And if you're interested in, learning more about yourself, I'm actually going to be home. I've been on the road, Lord, 6 months of this year in about 15 different cities. But I'm in Florida now, visiting with Bruce and his lovely wife Lauren and their daughter Kenya and their dog Brady. Can't forget the dog. No, he's over on the couch. He's the master of the whole house, clearly. But anyway, I've been visiting with them, and I'm going to kind of head back up the coast to Atlanta from Florida. They're in Jupiter, Florida. It's so beautiful down here. It's definitely not winter. And I'll get home. That's
right. It's the middle of December almost.
The middle of December.
80 degrees out. We went to the beach yesterday.
Oh, my God. Nirvana. I mean, I was just like, I don't want to leave. So anyway, I'm going to head back up the coast Monday and Tuesday. And Wednesday, I'm back in my office. But I have a radio show about 4, so don't call after 4. But I'm back in my office then. And if you guys are interested, you can just, write me on Facebook. Or, you can go to my website. That's really
email here. Yeah. Hey, Mark, all the way out from Los Angeles, one of the original owners of the Improvisation is watching right now.
Oh, my God. So, we love him.
Speaking about presenting, you're not only authoring and speaking, but you're putting together an incredibly hot online course about all your knowledge.
Yeah, I wound up connecting with this company called Sacred You a little earlier this year, and this is an amazing woman who actually does publish books. She does a gorgeous online magazine. I mean, stunning. Her name is Tricia McCannon, and she does courses to try to lift consciousness for people. And so, she called me in June, and I was so busy. I was like, I can't even talk to you. Call me in August. So she called me in August, and she was like, I've read 2 of your books. You have to teach for me. And so we have put together this course. It's got over 2,000 slides. It's 7 different modules or sections, so they're about an hour, hour and a half a piece, and it's about Jesus and the secret schools of initiation. And on my Facebook feed, and this is Bruce's, and hopefully he'll post it on mine. I'm just learning Facebook Live. I mean, I'm a little newbie to it, but we've got a magazine article you can read. We did a podcast this morning, and it's a very cool class. There's even a quiz you can take. No kidding, a quiz. It's so fun. 10 questions to see if you know anything about those secret years of Jesus. And so anyway, we'll post the link on this. And then my website is my name, Tricia, Tricia McCannon, McCannon, just like it sounds, speaks at .com. So that's pretty easy. You can go to that. And also there's my banners should connect, and my drop-down program should connect. But we'll put a link to the actual class on your Facebook feed. Yeah. And
please private message me your email address to get on our mailing list.
Yeah.
Because eventually Tricia and I are going to do something together. We're going to do some major work together. Might not be in the next month or the next 6 months, but after putting our notes together and putting our heads together, we really are putting different information out in the same direction.
Well, it's all about love.
Yes.
I mean, Bruce's passion for all this time has been how we can solve the riddle of having healthy romantic relationships. We all want to love and be loved. We all want a wonderful wife or husband or life partner. And his passion for 30 years has been all about that. And I really support that. And mine's been more about like self-love, universal love, divine love, God love, love of the earth, love of the divine masculine, the divine feminine. And so, and he's also a great lover of the masculine and the feminine. Yes, I must say.
Nice balance.
He loves those girls. He
does.
But he's very respectful, which we just love about him.
Big difference.
And he has a great wife, Lauren, who's one of my dear friends. She's a dolphin girl, really just joyous. So, yeah, anyway, the Sacred You University, I'm excited. This is the first one of those classes I've done. I'm going to do another one next year on the Divine Feminine and maybe one of the Egyptian mysteries. But this very first launch is really about Jesus and the secret schools of initiation. We figured December is the perfect time of year to do it because, we're dealing with all the wisdom and the celebration of Jesus' life and the Christ consciousness that lives within us as well as, in the cosmos.
So make sure you private message me your email address and let us keep you in contact with the latest information so that you don't have to miss anything that I'm doing and you don't have to miss anything that Trisha's doing. I want to thank you so much
for tuning in. And look at all the cool people.
Yes.
Stephanie and Teresa and Sean and Mark and Gina and Peggy.
Peggy Lake from Northeastern
Carlos,
University.
Yeah. Hi, guys.
And Mark Linnell
Happy holidays.
Next will be here from the Improv. Some great people in the room. We're going to be back in a few minutes. Actually, we're going to switch seats. Okay. You're going to interview me.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Oh, my God. So don't go away.
Okay.
We'll be right back. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
We'll see you again
soon. Happy holidays.
Bye-bye, everybody.